what's your advice on this? How can we stop feeling lonely in 2023? What's your advice?
Lonely is different than being alone. The loneliest I ever was in my first marriage. He could be sitting right there and I was still lonely. So lonely isn't about other people, it's about connection. I'm not sitting with you physically. We are apart virtually, but I have a connection to you. And so I'm not lonely. And then when you start thinking, oh, can I connect to somebody? Is there someone I kind of like, I got a good vibe from? Is it possible to connect with them and make a plan to even see them in person at least once if you can? But have it in your mind that I want to connect. And that's different from going to a rave, right? I have a friend who's very shy and she was feeling very lonely. I mean, this sounds like such easy advice, except it's a big commitment. That's why it happened during the pandemic so much. She adopted a rescue dog and the rescue dog needed her and she had no choice but to connect. And the dog taught her how to connect. And then she could find people she wanted to connect to. And then she actually found her community. She's a straight woman and she ended up finding her community with a group of drag queens. You don't know where your community is. You just know where you feel the connection. So if you quit framing it as I'm so lonely to what can I do to establish connection? That's how to feel better in 2023. In fact, I would give up the word lonely other than noting it as a symptom. If you think I feel lonely, that's just like saying my nose is running. It's a symptom, not a fact. Not a fact.
We need to separate symptoms from facts.
Yes. Yes. And so if you start believing I am lonely as a fact about yourself, I guarantee you're going to characterize yourself as a lonely person, and you won't be able to get out of it. If you think of it as it's a symptom and symptoms come and go, you're going to feel lonely at different times the rest of your life. I've had 50 years. I can tell you, sometimes you're going to feel lonely. Life is complicated, right? So now I know when I feel lonely that I can take an action. And that's my advice to you for 2023 is just to think about, okay, I feel lonely. That's a symptom. I need to change something about what I'm doing in the world. I need an action step.